students of Reddit. What was your school's big scandal? A teacher blackmailed the girls who weren't doing so good on his class. He exchanged good grades for nudes.
How did everyone find out?
I don't know the exact facts, but the official story is a student was using his girlfriend's phone and found the chat with the teacher. Then he took it to the school administration and shit hit the fan.
In middle school, the athletics director was caught putting cameras in the girls' locker room.
Our female PE teacher in 6th grade was caught touching the girls. Then, a male high school PE teacher and wrestling coach got busted for PRN and touching kids, and set himself on fire in his home. Even as a kid, I could tell something was wrong with both of them. And now looking back, I wonder how many social cues I missed. Like if I was an unaware daydreaming kid and still felt weirded out, what would have registered as an adult? Or one of the kids' parents. Even hearing stories about the female PE teacher always had me thinking other adults don't do these things, why does she? Nobody who would ever harm a kid would walk into a private room full of naked kids, right? Jesus FCK. And not just that, 2 scout leaders, 2 priests, 2 doctors, and a cop, and however many clergy the church was covering up for. And for such a small town, all of us were so close together and everyone around us were freaking monsters. I'm pretty sure my high school English teacher had serious relationships with at least 5 girls from junior to senior year. And that's just who I knew. I can't imagine however many others I never heard about. It was in 2007, but my high school had a string of bomb threats. There was a bathroom where no cameras could see who went in or out. And someone wrote in Sharpie across one of the stall doors, "There's a bomb in the school with that day's date." The school was evacuated, and we all went home. For the next few months, there was a bomb threat seemingly every Friday. We'd be in the middle of the first or second period, then we'd all go home. After we missed enough days, we all had to come in on several series. And the bomb threat stopped.
We also had a bunch of bomb threats around the same time, but they caught the guy doing it. I guess he had a couple of tests he didn't want to do, so he used the bomb threats to force an evacuation to get extra time. The school held a special assembly just for the sole purpose of making him apologize in front of the whole school. He cried the entire time.
When I was in high school, someone left a spoiled milk jug in the hallway, and since it was bloated or something, they treated it as a bomb threat and evacuated the building for the rest of the day. It was forever known as the milk jug bomb incident. Chemistry teacher spilled mercury in the lab at my high school. She tried to clean it up herself, which only further contaminated the lab, and didn't tell anyone about the spill. She was arrested and it cost the school 60 Kelvin to have it cleaned up. Don't know what happened regarding her charges.
Happened at my school too.
Another kid and I had to clean the chemistry lab for detention in 7th grade.
He spilled about a cup of mercury on the floor. Science teacher made us clean it up by scooping it up with index cards. This was in the late 80s. Never reported and absolutely no one gave a SHT. Completely different time, man.
We used to dump it out and push the droplets around on the desks. The teacher just told us not to eat it. We had a senior male student in my high school who knocked up a freshman and the Spanish teacher within like a week of each other.
Dios mío.
You mean, Dios mío.
Damn, he should have wrapped the burrito before bringing it to the fiesta.
With severe medical issues, both physical and mental deficiencies, snuck away from her group home and hid in the broom closet of our cafeteria for 2 days. She ate all of our garlic bread, took someone's jacket, and walked out 36 hours later. This was in 2007 and we didn't have cameras or anything, and no one saw her go in or out. They only knew she was there because the jacket had the name of the high school. And when she was found, she straight up told the police she had been hiding in there for 2 days. The group home said she had been missing for roughly a day and a half. My sophomore year of high school, the gym teacher's brother gets hired as the computer teacher. Nice guy, was personable. Not as much as his brother, but still. 2/3 through the year he just vanishes, and most of the teachers don't want to talk about it. Eventually it gets out that when he was in college, the computer teacher got into a barroom brawl. During the brawl, he took a pool ball and put it inside of a sock, swung it, and smashed a guy in the head with it. The guy who get hit had permanent brain damage. The school found out midway through the year, and that is why they let him go.
Can you imagine the thought process it would take to conclude that your best course of action in a bar brawl was to take off a shoe and take off a sock, stuff a pool ball into it, and then hit someone? Wow.
Couple things happened at my school. One of the PE teachers basically sexually assaulted a lot of girls while teaching gymnastics. We also had like 10 people from the same grade picked up by police because they were selling drugs in school. And I mean like a lot of drugs.
All the drugs.
Definitely more than 6. In my senior year, one of the popular football players was killed while he was driving drunk. It was obviously big news on campus, and just a few days after, The school had this giant memorial on our football field dedicated to talking about how great of a guy he was and how he'll be dearly missed. He also got like 5 consecutive pages in our yearbook dedicated to him. But not long before his death, a less popular band student had committed suicide, and his death didn't receive nearly as much coverage. He didn't get a giant memorial, and he didn't get mentioned in our yearbook. One girl made this giant rant about this double standard on Facebook, and it went viral around our campus. Our school was split. Some people praised her for pointing it out. Others were pissed and said that what she did was inappropriate. Even one of my English teachers defended the football player. She said that his death was a tragic accident, whereas the band student chose to die, and that there's a big difference. This girl went on to leave the school because she was getting death threats from friends of the football player, and our entire campus was completely divided over this whole incident.
Football player chose to die with poor choices. If you plan on drinking, don't bring your freaking car. Simple as that.
Not sure why this isn't just common knowledge.
If anything, the suicide should be considered more tragic because he chose to die cause he felt his life was that freaking terrible. Sheesh. Sounds like a SHTTY situation for everyone around.
Chemie student in our engineering school was making high-quality MTH to pay for his schooling. Got caught his senior year right before graduation.
You know he couldn't have done it himself. I feel like your science teacher Mr. White may have helped him.
School cheerleaders SHT on a pizza and balled little turds up to look like sausage and send it to the rival school. Edit. Yo, some of y'all got weird fetishes. Leave me out of it and quit DMing for pics of the cheerleaders. That was like 14 years ago. Not my school, but a friend's. Apparently a celebrity rapper. Don't remember who, not really into the rap scene, visited, except he showed up high and kept violating terms of his contract. Didn't even perform the whole time. FC kept a freshman girl, then left. This is a college, by the way, so freshmen are adults. But still, edit. So many guesses, almost all different rappers at different schools. None of them right. How many rappers are going around FC King college girls while stoned? Is the rap scene okay?
This sounds to me like your average rap tour stop at a college.
My high school did a block lunch where everyone ate lunch at the same time instead of separating them into a BC lunches. Because our cafeteria couldn't fit the entire student body, it was normal for kids to be eating in the hallway, on the floor, or at tables all throughout the school. One day during lunch, unbeknownst to the staff, our AP decided to hold a lockdown drill. He got on the intercom and told everyone there was an active shooter in the cafeteria in order to see how kids would react had it been a real shooting. Turned into pure anarchy. Kids calling 911. Running out of school and not returning to class after the drill was over. Kids having anxiety attacks while hiding in classrooms, dying calls from students to parents. It was pretty bad. Should I mention how this was several days after the Parkland shooting?
Bro, did he get fired?
Nah, just got some local news coverage and had to issue an apology over the intercom the next day. From there on out, each drill had heavy disclaimers. At the end of my senior year, we had bomb threats about 2-3 times a week. One of them was written in lipstick on the mirror of one of the girls' bathrooms. It said Bomb Manana. It was so ridiculous. SHT like this had us standing out in a grass field for hours while the police checked the building. Edit. This was in Florida. We probably didn't go to the same school. I'd be surprised if anyone from that Podunka SS school was on Reddit.
Were they trying to say Manana? Lol.
Well, obviously they were trying to get out of failing a Spanish test. Thanks a lot for watching. Write your crazy school stories in the comments down below. See ya.